I threw a cigarette down right now in front of everyone here. Would you go hands-on with me? What would you do? I won't bother him.
Y'all need to move down.
We're good right here.
There.
I'm allowed to stand right here.
No, sir, you're not. You're going to have to move from where he's investigating this.
It's not impeding anything.
Sir, this is what I'm fixing to tell you. You're interfering with a governmental operation.
Interfering.
If you do not
Interfering
move from right here.
is a-
I'm not going to explain it to you any
Do you have a
further.
lieutenant?
Is this the lady he's working with?
Do you have a lieutenant?
I'm a sergeant.
Do you have a lieutenant, sergeant?
I do have a...
Can I get him down here, please?
No.
Because you don't know what you're saying right now.
I can tell you, you need to move.
Interfering is a physical
You
act.
need to move. You
So-
don't know the statute.
So could you,
I'm a sergeant.
do you have a lieutenant,
I
sergeant?
do have a...
Can I get him down here, please?
No.
Because you don't know what you're saying right now.
I can tell you, you need to move.
Interfering is a physical
You
act.
need to move. You don't know the statute.
So-
You need
Hey,
to
that's-
move.
that's assault.
That is assault.
I got it.
You need to move.
Brother, give me my phone and I'm leaving. Give me my
Yeah,
phone.
you're fixing to move.
Okay, give me my phone and I'll
You back
stop
up
Give
and
me
I
my-
will give you your
Give
phone.
me my phone and I'll leave.
Back
He
up.
just assaulted him in front of you. Are you
Back
going to do
up.
something
Or
about
you're
it?
going to jail.
He didn't assault him.
Brother, give me my phone.
Do you know what
So
the-
you escalated it to violence, just like you
Yeah,
like
just
I said
like-
you would.
The reason I did, if you will read the statute, you're interfering.
It's a physical act. It's a physical act. And you just screwed up,
It does
brother.
not have to be
You just screwed
physical.
up. You're getting a complaint on your record.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Go
We
ahead.
have Complaints. You
But
guys
if
have the
you-
right to complain. Come on, Sergeant. They're
You
just
screwed
trying to
up,
bait.
brother.
They're baiting us. They're baiting us.
I'd like to file a complaint on him, please.
For
Assault
Come on.
and battery.
Yeah.
Really?
I have broken, bro.
He reached out.
right, but I think, don't you think that's a little...
No, I do not.
Really?
Don't you think he took it a little far? Yeah. Okay. Let's say I get in your face and I grab your camera and break
That's
it.
not gonna happen.
What do you? Am I going to go to jail for that?
Yes.
Yes. So why isn't he? So he needs to go to jail too.
We're the police. You just can't...
Exactly. So that's my whole point. Is you think you're better than us and you can get away with shit that I can't get away with.
What's up, P.A.T.A fam? We have a follow-up video in regards to the assault that happened with the Random Patriot in Auditing, Arkansas, in Hot Springs, Arkansas. They went back to the police department to follow up with the assault. And of course, the police don't like transparency, so they didn't want any recording of this meeting. However, one of the gentlemen there, I believe the Random Patriot, forgot to turn off one of his recording devices, and we have the audio of the incident. So we're going to play that so you can see what happened, and be sure to subscribe to both of those channels, the Random Patriot and Auditing Arkansas. Tell them that Prove All Things sent you, and I just want you guys to watch how they operate. So Sergeant Brown received discipline, but not the same discipline me and you would have received had we slapped a police officer's camera, cell phone, whatever, out of their hand. We would have been charged criminally. He got a slap on the wrist, and a very vague slap on the wrist at that, with no details. And the funniest thing is, we would have been in jail. Take a guess where Sergeant Brown is during this. Just take a guess. You'll see in a minute. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys think this was fair. Let me know what you think about the whole situation. Let's Prove All Things. I'm out.
Video takes place exactly 1 week after my initial visit to Hot Springs, when Sergeant Brown assaulted me and broke my property. So exactly that next Friday, Auditing Arkansas and I, we went back so I could officially submit my complaints against Sergeant Brown and my claim against the city for my broken property. So while we were there, we asked if we could speak to the captain that's over Sergeant Brown. Instead, the chief asked if we could speak to him instead, under the condition that we don't record and we do it privately in his office. So we went back and forth on that a little bit. They weren't going to budge. I said, screw it. I'd rather hear what he has to say in private than not at all. So we went back there to talk, and I didn't realize until after that I accidentally didn't shut off one of my cameras. So one of my cameras accidentally recorded the entire conversation. So we're about to listen to that conversation. But stay tuned until after, because then we're going to look at the investigation results for the internal investigation that was conducted on Sergeant Brown for his actions that day. Some of you may be happy, some of you may be mad. It is what it is, but let's Check it out. All right, we are back. Auditing Arkansas and I are back at the Hot Springs Police Department. I need to submit my complaints and anything else I can to ensure we the people get some accountability out of these officers, out of that Sergeant Brown and his lieutenant. I'm also going to make some FOIA requests. I'm going to get some body cam footage and anything else I can get. See if we see some familiar faces today. Hello. I need to file a complaint against the sergeant. So I don't know if I need to speak to a captain or if you just had a complaint form or how you guys went about it. I also need to make a FOIA request or 2 or 3.
Okay. This is the form right here.
Okay.
And our FOIAs are online. If you go to the CDHS website.
Can I get a blank piece of paper from you? I should be able to do it in person. I like to do that better. That way I can get a stamped copy that you received it and then no one's pretending it didn't send or something.
All right, hold on just a second.
What do we got?
That's the form.
For the FOIA? Oh, yeah.
Do you know who Sergeant Brown's captain is?
Sgt M Brown.
That would be Captain King.
Can we speak with Captain King? Or Captain King
I'm not
give us an
sure.
audience?
If she's here today, let me check.
Okay,
Give me
thank
just
you.
a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey guys,
Hey.
this is Justin.
That'd be me.
Mr. Justin, how are you, sir?
How's it going, man?
Doing good. I'm Officer Shermantis.
I'll take your hand.
Daggett.
Nice to meet you guys. Hey, I just talked to the chief.
Yeah.
He said he will see you if you want to come to his office.
I'd love to.
But obviously, if we're going to be in there, he's not going to allow you to record.
You can come out here then. We can record out here, right?
He said you're more than welcome to go in there and talk to him. He's willing to. He's willing.
I'll take him up on that. Yeah, I'll take him up on
He said
that.
he's willing to sit down with you and talk to you.
I'd rather talk to him off camera than not at all.
Okay.
But let me finish my complaint. Or is
Okay.
he in a hurry for me or something?
No, I can go back and let him know you're filling out your complaint, and as soon as you're done, I can come back and get you.
Yeah, okay. I'll take you up on that.
All right, sweet.
Cool. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Can I figure that in?
What'd you got?
Just know whatever.
Yeah,
Not
just
okay.
like I said, he's willing to talk to you guys as long as it's not being recorded. He's not gonna allow it in there, but out here, you guys are fine. Okay?
All right.
Thanks, guys.
So he's scared to talk on camera, but at least he'll talk. And you can trust that Auditing Arkansas and I will be honest about what happened in that office. So this is what I got, boys and girls. Sergeant Brown assaulted me, deprived me of my First Amendment right, deprived me of my Fourth Amendment right. Both are a crime under 18 U.S.C. 242, destruction of property and theft by snatching. Sergeant Brown assaulted me in front of other officers who did nothing to stop it. Corporal Ward is one of them.
It was a car accident. Was I supposed to say that?
Brown stole and broke my property and turned off my camera after he continued to close the gap between us. At this time, I was standing in one spot on the sidewalk of the front entranceway to the Hot Springs Police Department.
10/14/97.
He got in my face and forcefully took my property out of my hand, then continued to step closer to me in an attempt to escalate the situation. This all stemmed from a mutual conversation I was having with another officer in the PD parking lot. I was asked by Brown to move away from the officer, which is when I moved to the sidewalk of the PD entranceway. Lieutenant L. Patrick also refused to do anything about Brown's actions, and Corporal Ward witnessed the crime and did nothing. Alright, so now we're about to go talk to the chief, but we gotta stop recording to do that, so we will pick back up when we come out and we'll explain what happened. I then need to make my FOIA request after that. Alright, my complaint should be done. Let me make sure I signed it, and then all I gotta do after that is finish my FOIA request. But I can
What can we do for you guys today?
Well, I was just here today to submit my complaints on what happened last Friday.
Okay.
I'm guessing you got wind of that?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Yeah. Have you opened an investigation into that already?
We have.
Yeah.
We're looking into it.
Cool. I'm glad to see you guys are doing that without even me coming in. That's awesome.
We are, and we don't take those kind of things lightly. We do handle issues as they arise, and we will address that from a command staff standpoint.
That makes me feel good. I appreciate that. That's really all I wanted, you know. I didn't want it to even escalate to that point, but I just want some accountability for what he did, you know. If I was to do that same thing, I'd probably still be waiting my court date right now, you know.
Like I said, we don't just overlook issues. If something's brought to our attention, then we're going to address it. So
are you aware? So he deprived me of my First Amendment right by taking away my camera and shutting it off. Yeah. He also violated my Fourth Amendment right by seizing my property unlawfully and unreasonably. So those are two big deals right there.
You should list that in your complaint.
Oh, I did. I just wanted to bring it up to you in person, okay. But I got it full detailed in my complaint. Not to mention the assault charge and some other things. But you're looking at me like you don't agree with me.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah, he's giving me the old eyebrow. Like
that way.
That's just how you look.
That's just how he looks.
Would you agree that happened? If someone, if I have the right to film.
What you should do at this point, sir, is fill your complaint out.
Yeah.
And if you'll leave it with Officer Cervantes, he'll make sure that it gets to me.
Okay.
Okay, and we will definitely look into the matter. It will be addressed through review of his body cam and his report, and probably in speaking to him directly. He is not available right now. He's out of town. He had a planned vacation. He'll be back next week. Okay. And the assistant chief will meet with him.
Is he on any kind of leave right now while investigation's taking place?
Yes, he already had vacation on the book, so he's off on his own personal leave.
When he gets back, is he going to be on leave?
We'll determine that once you file your complaint.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. That was really it. I'd love to know your stance on it in some way. Do you?
Based upon everything that's happened at this point, based upon the phone calls that we've received, the harassment that the department's received, my staff has received, the death threats that I've gotten, and other things, I'm not going to make any more statements.
I have no part of that. I hope you know that.
Yeah, we no part of that.
It's part of your YouTube following, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And as a YouTuber, that's probably side effect of that.
It's no different than THV 11 reporting on it, and then people calling you because they saw it on the news. It's the same. It's literally the same thing.
It's been a little different, considering I've personally gotten death threats.
Well, yeah. Chief, let me personally apologize for that. There's
no
way I would, or Justin would ever condone someone making violent threats against anyone.
I echo what he just said.
We are peaceful protesters, basically is what we are. No violence whatsoever.
And I 100% support your right to protest to video, to express yourself through speech, through your YouTube platform, whatever it is. Okay, that's what makes our country great.
Yes, sir.
Is the fact that we have a Bill of Rights, and that those cover all people that live in this country. I 100% believe that sincerely. Okay, that's not lip service. I live that.
Thank
okay?
you. Yes, sir.
I wore this badge for 26 years and served my community, and in doing so, I have many times ensured the rights of other people. Okay,
Good deal.
Sincerely, 100%, I believe that. I don't mind telling you that if you had met Mr. Mike Brown in a different context, you would think he's one of the nicest guys you've ever met. And under a different context, okay?
Well, he was very quick to
served,
escalate to violence. I don't think anyone's a nice guy if it took about 5 minutes to go violent with somebody. I mean, that is telling. You can be nice as you want all day long, but that's your character right there. That's his character.
if you knew him in a different context.
I mean, I would never do that to anybody, and that's my character. His character is to immediately do that and get in people's face.
As I told you.
So I think he's been kind of showing you a different side than he really is. Anyone that escalates to violence that quickly, gets that mad that easily, that's their character. He showed it. It's not like we were doing anything wrong at the time, you know. No one was calling anyone names. No one was getting in his face. He had no reason to act like that, but he did. And that's who he is.
You're entitled to your opinion, again.
Now, I don't have as much problem with, and I'm not going to file a complaint, but the lieutenant that came out there and talked to us basically laughed in our faces when he told him that, you know, he assaulted him and broke his camera. That's not conduct becoming of an officer. I was an officer in the United States Army. You don't laugh in somebody's face.
That's a lieutenant, too.
I don't think he was laughing at you, but I understand what you're saying, and that can be addressed as well. But like I told you, gentlemen, we don't take any kind of misconduct lightly, okay? We will address it. We'll look into it as a command staff. He's got, Mr. Brown has a lieutenant, which is not Lieutenant Patrick that you met. Lieutenant Patrick was the one that was available, okay? He has a lieutenant, the captain, and then he's the assistant chief, and I'm the chief.
What? Where's your picture at, man?
It's not up there yet.
Oh.
So. Anyway.
All right, well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. He has his complaint ready. Did you give it to us?
No, I haven't turned it in yet. I was just finishing up whenever he came and got me, which is fine.
You can take time to finish it up. I do. I'm not trying to run you guys off. I do.
I feel you. I'll let you get to it
here in a little while, pretty quick. And you guys are welcome to finish filling out the complaint. You can leave it with Omar. He will ensure that I get it. I've asked him to ensure that I get it.
Cool. Okay.
And
I'm gonna make a FOIA request. Part of it's the body cam. Is there gonna be an issue with that, considering it's ongoing?
Until the disciplinary review is done.
That's fair.
Based upon the fact that it'll still be under investigation until the disciplinary review is done.
Right.
But we'll make that available to you as soon as that's completed.
Okay.
And again, never will we condone. And as a matter of course, I usually tell people not to call. Do not call.
Yeah.
Again,
that's not
personally,
acceptable.
If you personally got a death threat, I will make sure that I'll take measures to make sure that never happens again on my channel.
I can tell you that my staff has been harassed. We've had one individual in particular that has called here, according to himself, 230 something times.
Wow.
Okay, and every time that my staff answers, he won't let him get a word in. All he wants to do is badger him. I personally spoke to him myself, and I was as professional to him as I have been to you guys. Okay, but at some point, you guys have a right to make a complaint. Okay, you have a right to put your video on YouTube, all that stuff. It's 100% your right. But we're also trying to serve our community. And if my phones are ringing off the hook 400 or 500 times a day just for people wanting to make snide comments or say something like, "We think all you cops should be dead."
That's rough, man. That sucks.
That's the kind of thing that we've been dealing with for the last few days. Okay.
But we didn't.
In the meantime, I am serious about service to my community. When people call here, they need to be able to get a hold of us, and we need to be able to respond to their needs. If I have a little old lady who's 85 years old over here on South Street that has a burglary in progress in her house in the middle of the night, seriously in danger, we need to be able to get to her now.
You do.
And if our
Definitely.
phones are tied up because people want to make threats to us and tell us that we're terrible human beings and that we should all die, and they're taking up our bandwidth on our phones doing that, then it makes it difficult for us to get to her.
I agree 100%.
And
I will put out a
She doesn't.
video today, or when I say do not call these
Yeah.
people. I mean, that's ridiculous. Now, if they have a legitimate complaint, if they want to call up and be professional and say, hey, look, what you did to these guys was wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
If they have a legitimate complaint, it's different.
yeah, but to call somebody and harass
If
you
they
for
want to
250
call over
times,
and over 50 times or more.
can you trace the number? Have them arrested, that's harassment.
Yeah. That's a death threat.
It's harassing communication.
Yeah.
To call a
It
place
doesn't
of
do
business.
anything else but arrest people that called here. So.
And then it would probably inspire other people to complain that now we've arrested him
That's true. But
because
if
he's,
somebody, if he actually threatened your life, though, he needs to be arrested.
well,
That's my opinion.
I'll end on, I am not, please don't attach me to any of that. But I would also say, not to be argumentative or anything, but all that stemmed from the actions of the sergeant. It wasn't like I just said, hey everyone, Hot Springs PD's crazy, call them for me. The sergeant did something that everyone else saw, and then this is their reaction to it. So I would just like to say, don't forget that part as well, you know what I mean? Don't just be like these dang YouTubers. Well, that dang sergeant did something on YouTube, and now that's causing some unjustified backlash. I'll say it's unjustified backlash. I don't think it's justified what they're doing, I'm just saying, you know. And I'll also say the last thing is I was actually in Hot Springs just 2 weeks prior to last Friday, and I made another video, and it went awesome here, and I actually compared you guys to another county. It was actually, I compared Garland County to Faulkner County, because Faulkner County isn't that great, and how awesome. I said about 10 times in the video how I love Hot Springs. Hot Springs is awesome. I wasn't here to start anything. I promise I wasn't. I just made a video about about how awesome you guys are. So I'm sorry it happened that
we
way.
want you to come to Hot Springs. We want you to enjoy it.
Man, I love it here. I'll still come here. I'm not stopping.
We
You
want
know,
all people that want to enjoy our town to come here and have a good time.
this was the first place in Arkansas I really fell in love with when I moved here, and I'm not trying to make enemies with anybody. But I just want accountability, because if I feel like you just shrug me off and screw me, then now I do have. Now I don't like Hot Springs anymore.
Here's the thing, I'm fine having a conversation with you. We will address your complaint. I'm not fine with all these other people who want to call and harass my staff and threaten them and so on and so forth.
We don't
You
disagree.
have a legitimate reason to be here, okay? Many of them don't have a legitimate complaint other than they just want to harass. That's what their intent is just to call and harass. Or send me emails harassing me, or, it's even gone as far as I've gotten a text on my personal phone.
Wow.
Okay, which is not, that's not.
Yeah, man.
No, it's not. And
I would never do that to someone else.
No.
I'll put out a statement on my media to stop and make sure that doesn't happen anymore. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for letting us talk with you. I appreciate the meeting. Yep, Justin McHenry.
Sorry to leave it on these phones, guys.
Yeah, right.
Here's what it is. Let's just make
It
it
just
better.
happened.
If you'll leave your form with on water before you leave, and even will ensure that I get it, I'll ask you to do it.
Thank you, guys.
I do think they're gonna do something.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the chief was not happy.
I think he's serious.
Yeah, serious. He was definitely serious. I think that, death threats. I'm sure it's not the first death threat he got, though.
It puts a stink on what we're doing, We're trying to do something peacefully, make change through positive encounters is kind of something I say, and that's not a positive encounter. And that's actually just going to cause backlash and make him not want to do anything rather than jump to do something. But we'll see. So it looks like that is the chief. This is just an old picture. He just needs a new frame is what it is. I didn't realize. He must have something happened. I wonder what happened with the chief. Well, now you're gonna make me look into it. What was that look for? and I can ask. Yeah, he just gave me a weird look.
Okay.
Yeah, go sit back down. Miss, I can look at you however I want to.
Apologize it's taking so long. So I don't have the form on paper, but we do have it in our finance website, which is going to be the same as going to the website like you're going to do your FOIA request. But go to How Do I on the tab at the top, and then go down to the bottom. After you click on that, it'll have how to submit a claim against the city or concerns.
Okay.
Click on that, and then you can click on the claim against the city or against the city. Just click on that, and it'll give you a form, and then you can just fill it out, and you can make your claim that way.
Okay.
But I do apologize. I told you I had a form, and I didn't. It's online now, so
Yeah, that's how it is, man. No worries. All right. Well, thanks for the explanation.
No problem, guys.
All right.
See you guys.
See ya. All right, that form's online now, so I'll have to go submit my claim against the city when I get home tonight. Okay, so if you're still here, it's because you wanted to see the results of the internal investigation on Sergeant Brown. So here it is. The letter reads, word for word, "Dear awesome patriot. This letter is intended to serve as a response to the complaint you filed with the Hot Springs Police Department concerning your interaction with Sergeant Mike Brown on 11/10/23. That matter was reviewed by administrative staff, and we feel that Sergeant Brown's actions during his interaction with you fell short of the expectations we have for all of our officers in regard to professionalism and courtesy with the public. Thus, Sergeant Brown was given official disciplinary action directly regarding to this incident. It has also received further guidance on citizens' rights to film, occupy public spaces, and how to better handle situations such as these in the future. It appears that Lieutenant Patrick met with you and listened to your concerns, along with providing you with a complaint form and an explanation about how to complete and file it. Corporal Ward's interaction with you seemed to be courteous and professional. These officers will not receive disciplinary action. Sergeant Brown's disciplinary action will become a permanent matter of record within his personnel file, but due to the nature of the discipline, no further disclosure about it can be made. If you filed a claim form online regarded to your damaged phone accessory, it will be routed directly to the City of Hot Springs Finance Department and will be brought to our attention once they receive and begin processing it. I did do that. We thank you for your attention in this matter, and we hope that you find any future interactions with our staff to be pleasant and up to the standards that we expect. And I did, and this is signed Chief William Hervarton, who is the new chief. He was the assistant chief. The chief there resigned, went somewhere else. I'm not sure the whole story on that. The assistant chief's now the chief, and he's the guy that we talked to in that conversation that we just listened to. I also did do a FOIA request for any retraining and any discipline that I can get out of them that happened to Sergeant Brown. So I'll be making another video with that, along with all the body cam footage from everybody. So we'll see if we'll see what we get. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the next one.